Imagine a necklace of emeralds and sapphires, each gem glinting with its own unique light, strung together in a dazzling display of color and life. Now, picture these jewels scattered across the endless blue of the Pacific Ocean, each island a precious stone set in the vastness of the sea. This is the Philippines, a breathtaking archipelago of 7,641 islands. Each island is more than just land. It is a living story, a melody sung by its people, a secret whispered by the wind and waves. From the wind-swept cliffs of Batanes in the far north, where the land meets the sky, to the turquoise lagoons of Tawi-Tawi in the deep south, every island pulses with its own rhythm, shaped by centuries of sun, storm, and human hands. Here, you'll find rice terraces carved into mountainsides by ancient hands, volcanoes like Mayon that rise majestically to touch the clouds, and coral reefs beneath the waves, alive with a kaleidoscope of tropical fish and vibrant marine life. Nature and humanity have woven together a landscape that is both wild and welcoming. Across these islands, more than 175 languages are spoken, echoing in bustling markets, quiet classrooms, and lively family gatherings. Each language is a thread in the nation's tapestry, connecting generations and communities. Tagalog, Cebuano, Ilocano, Hiligaynon. These are just a few of the many tongues that open windows into unique worlds. Each dialect carries its own stories, traditions, and ways of seeing the world, reflecting the incredible diversity of the Filipino people. Yet, despite such diversity, there is a spirit that binds all Filipinos together. Bayanihan, the cherished tradition of helping one another, remains alive in every village and city. Whether moving a neighbor's house or lending a hand in times of need, this spirit of unity and generosity is the heartbeat of the nation. The Philippines is a land of contrasts and harmony. Here, Muslim mosques stand beside centuries-old Spanish churches. Chinese lanterns glow during Filipino fiestas, and American fast food chains sit next to bustling local carinderias. Cultures from across the world have mingled, creating a vibrant, ever-evolving identity. Each day, as the sun rises over the islands, millions of Filipinos greet the morning with a smile, resilient, hopeful, and proud to call this archipelago home. Their warmth and optimism shine as brightly as the tropical sun. But how did such a scattered people, separated by seas and mountains, become one nation? What forces shaped the Philippines into the first republic in Asia? The journey from scattered islands to a united country is as thrilling, complex, and inspiring as the islands themselves, a living tapestry still being woven today. Thousands of islands, hundreds of languages, dozens of cultures. Yet, the Philippines became Asia's first republic in 1899. How did this happen? There was no central king, no single bloodline ruling all. Instead, what united Filipinos was a dream, freedom and dignity for everyone. Long before Filipinos existed, the islands were home to tribes and kingdoms. They traded, fought, and sometimes married into each other's clans. But when danger came, they stood together. Time and again, invaders tried to divide them. Yet, a sense of being one slowly grew. This unity was tested and forged in the fire of struggle. The call for liberty echoed from mountain to coast. When the First Philippine Republic was declared in 1899, it was not just a legal step. It was the birth of a nation, stitched together by hope. Today, the Philippines stands as a symbol. If islands and languages can unite, then so can the world. Before the Spanish ships arrived on the horizon, the Philippine Islands were already thriving with life, culture, and innovation. These lands were not empty or primitive. They were home to vibrant societies, each with their own unique traditions and systems. Imagine the bustling port cities of Butuan, Manila, and Cebu. These were not just settlements, but thriving centers of trade, art, and gold. Merchants from distant lands would dock their boats, bringing with them goods, stories, and new ideas, making these cities alive with activity and diversity. Filipino ancestors organized themselves into barangays, small yet sophisticated communities led by chiefs known as datos. Each barangay had its own set of laws, councils for decision-making, and a system of justice that kept order and fairness. These communities valued cooperation and leadership, ensuring everyone had a role. Women in pre-colonial Philippines held remarkable power. They could become leaders, warriors, and even revered shamans called babaylan. Their wisdom and strength were respected, and they played crucial roles in both governance and spiritual life. The people wrote on bamboo and leaves using baybayin, an ancient and beautiful script unique to the islands. This writing system allowed them to record laws, poetry, and stories, preserving their knowledge for generations. Storytelling was at the heart of their culture. They told epic tales, sang songs of legendary heroes, and passed down wisdom through generations. Wise elders and babaylan kept peace, guided rituals, and ensured the community's harmony. Warriors wore gold not just as decoration, but as armor in battle. The Philippines was renowned as one of the world's richest gold cultures, with intricate jewelry and artifacts that dazzled traders and visitors alike. Trade networks stretched far beyond the islands. Chinese, Indian, Malay, and Arab traders brought porcelain, spices, silk, and other treasures. The markets were filled with exotic goods, making the archipelago a hub of international commerce. Filipino boats, balangays, were marvels of engineering, sailing as far as Borneo, Japan, and beyond. These journeys proved that the islands were never isolated. Instead, they were crossroads where cultures met and exchanged ideas. This golden age reveals a people skilled in law, writing, art, and global commerce. Long before colonizers arrived, the Philippine archipelago glittered with achievement, creativity, and a spirit of connection to the wider world. In 1521, Ferdinand Magellan's ships appeared on the horizon. They brought Christianity, new weapons, and dreams of conquest. But not everyone welcomed them. In Mactan, the warrior chief Lapu-Lapu stood his ground. With courage and cunning, he defeated Magellan, becoming the first Filipino hero. Spanish rule followed, lasting 333 years. The cross spread quickly, with Catholicism shaping fiestas, rituals, and family life. The Spanish built stone churches, fortresses, and towns. Yet, not all was peaceful. Resistance simmered in the mountains and islands. The Manila-Acapulco galleon trade turned the islands into a global hub. Silver from Mexico, silk from China, and spices from Southeast Asia passed through Manila. This brought wealth, but also new ideas and people. Spanish friars taught reading and writing, but also enforced strict rule. Through centuries of faith, struggle, and trade, the seeds of a new nation were quietly growing. By the 1800s, Filipinos began to question colonial rule. For centuries, their voices had been silenced under Spanish authority, but a new spirit was stirring in the hearts of the people. In schools, in homes, and in secret societies like the Katipunan, the idea of freedom caught fire. Teachers whispered about liberty, families discussed hope for a better future, and brave souls gathered in the shadows to plan for change. No one burned brighter than Dr. José Rizal, a man whose intellect and compassion inspired millions. A doctor, writer, and dreamer, Rizal used his pen to awaken the nation. Through essays, poems, and novels, he challenged injustice and called for reform, believing that knowledge and education could set his people free. His novels, Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo, showed the pain of injustice and the power of hope. They revealed the cruelty of colonial rule and inspired Filipinos to imagine a life beyond oppression. But, the price of courage was high. Rizal's activism made him a target, and his bravery came at a terrible cost. Rizal was executed in 1896, but his words became the battle cry of a revolution. His sacrifice awakened a nation, and his legacy lived on in every Filipino who longed for freedom. Filipinos from all walks of life, farmers, teachers, women, laborers, rose up. United by a common dream, they stood together, determined to claim their rights and shape their own destiny. After 3 centuries, the Spanish flag finally fell. The streets filled with celebration, and hope surged through the islands as the people tasted freedom for the first time. Yet, freedom came with new challenges. The nation stood at a crossroads, uncertain of what the future would bring, but determined to move forward. The Americans arrived in 1898, bringing war, then new promises. The Philippine-American War tested the nation's resolve, and once again, Filipinos had to fight for their dreams. Under U.S. rule, English was taught, and the first public schools opened. Education became a new tool for empowerment, and young Filipinos began to see new possibilities for themselves and their country. Filipinos learned to dream bigger, to see their place in the world. They imagined futures as leaders, thinkers, and citizens of a free nation, inspired by the sacrifices of those who came before them. The fight for true independence was not over. The struggle continued, as new heroes rose to demand self-rule and dignity for all Filipinos. But a new generation was ready to lead. With courage, hope, and unity, they carried the dream forward, determined to build a nation worthy of their ancestors' sacrifices. World War II shattered the islands. Japanese forces invaded, cities burned, and millions suffered. From Baton's death march to the resistance in the jungles, Filipinos fought bravely. Their courage inspired the world. When the war ended, Manila was in ruins, but the Filipino spirit was unbroken. On July 4, 1946, the long-awaited day arrived. The Philippines became fully independent, a free republic at last. The scars of war remained, but so did hope. In the decades that followed, the nation rebuilt. It faced coups, typhoons, and dictatorships. In 1986, the world watched as millions of Filipinos filled the streets for people power. With prayers, flowers, and unity, they toppled a dictator, without guns. The revolution was peaceful, powerful, and proved that the Filipino soul could never be crushed. Today, the Philippines is everywhere. Over 12 million Filipinos live and work abroad. They are nurses, builders, engineers, and teachers, sending home billions of dollars each year. These remittances keep families strong and the economy alive. Back home, the population is young and full of dreams. The nation's biggest export is not just labor, but hope. The Philippines is now known for its tech-savvy youth, creative industries, and call centers. Social media connects islands, families, and the world. The economy is changing fast. From rice fields to robot labs, from jeepneys to electric cars, the Philippines is rising. Challenges remain: poverty, disasters, and politics. But the Filipino heart is stronger than ever. For 30,000 years, Filipinos have endured storms, wars, and foreign rulers. Each time they rise. Resilience is in the blood, a gift from ancestors who faced volcanoes, invaders, and hunger. Faith, family, and laughter have been shields in times of darkness. This resilience is not just about survival. It is about finding joy, even after loss. It is about rebuilding, not just homes, but dreams. When typhoons strike, neighbors become family. When tragedy falls, songs and prayers fill the air. The world has seen the Filipino smile, unbroken, even in the hardest times. The Philippines is more than its struggles. It is a story of triumph, written by millions of hands. The nation's true wealth is not gold, but the strength to never give up. The Philippines is called the Pearl of the Orient for good reason. It glows with beauty, culture, and courage. 30,000 years have shaped a people who never back down. Diversity has become strength. Pain has become power. Hope has become a way of life. The world can learn from the Filipino journey. In unity, there is victory. In hardship, there is kindness. In every Filipino heart, there is a pearl, resilient, radiant, and ready to shine. So, the next time you hear a Filipino laugh, sing, or dream, remember, this is the song of the Pearl of the Orient, rising, always rising, for another 1,000 years.